Stock markets are down. Banks are in the headlines. XRP hit 220 last night. But here's why I'm not worried, and I don't think you should either. Good morning, XRP Army. It is Friday, October 17th. It is a fantastic Friday. Thank you for joining me. And as always, if you were here yesterday and you're here today, hit subscribe, like, leave a comment, let me know you're here. I appreciate you. If this is your first time, chill, relax, kick your feet up. First time is free. I don't ask for payment till the second video, and I need you to hit that like and subscribe button. So moving on today. All right, first we got to cover a lot. Let's see. We had a huge stock market drop due to some banking FUD yesterday. We'll cover that here in just a moment. I got a clip for you. We also have to talk about the potential of the reverse carry trade, new Ripple partnerships rolling in quietly, and Ripple is reportedly buying back $1 billion worth of XRP. Let's cover it all. So first, we're going to start with the banking system situation. I have a clip here from this morning on CNBC where they're talking about how they believe the banking system is fine, and Jamie Dimon may have overreacted with his statements. Shocker. Let's take a look, guys.
I shouldn't say this, but
actually, it's up there. Let's take a look.
There's probably more. You know, and so we should,
and keep in mind,
should be forewarned of this.
When we listen to this guy speak,
that was JP Morgan chairman and CEO Jamie Dimon warning about the private credit market in the wake of the
and then the next 5 years bought Bitcoin overseas with his company.
Dimon making those comments during the company's conference call earlier this week. And joining us right now with more on the potential stress in the system is Mark Pinto. He is Moody's Ratings global head of private credit. And Mark, a lot of questions about what's happening here. People looking for other cockroaches.
Not gonna lie, this
what
bow
have
tie
you
looks
seen
like
so
a
far, and what
bag.
have you found in that search?
Yeah, good morning, Becky. Maybe related to what we just heard, one cockroach does not a trend make, right? So I think what you need to focus on here is the nature of the losses, the materiality of the losses, and whether or not we're seeing a trend.
Yeah, one cockroach does not a trend make, but you know, where there's one cockroach, there's usually more. I think that's why Jamie said that. In terms of, this may not be hugely systemic. Even these companies that have warned about this have said that, you know, it may not even be material in some of these cases.
Right.
Well, guys, I tend to believe them. To be honest with you, a lot of these problems they're discussing, blockchain fixes. We can only preach it for so long. Eventually, it is going to happen. So, banking system, we're fine. That's more of a macro scare, but you know, if something does come of it, it is going to hit the risk on assets like it just did and cause us to drop. That's why I'm not worried about price. We need to focus on the utility, and utility is going to be covered right now because the reverse carry trade, I feel, is starting to unwind. We have multiple Fed governors here in the U.S. saying that there is going to be a rate cut of a quarter basis point in October. That's already guaranteed, but now Governor Myron is saying that's not enough and we need to act faster, and he's calling heavily for at least a half basis point cut. So why is this important? Because we have to look at the Bank of Japan and what they're doing, and right now, according to Reuters, their analysts are pricing in a 75 basis point hike. Okay, so what does that do? If Japan hikes their rates by 0.75% and we cut by 0.5%, that could kick off the reverse carry trade. I've covered that in a previous video, but basically it's going to be very, very bad. People will be liquidating everything to get out of those bonds they had taken at 0% interest from Japan, and because their rates are now higher, and they will start putting them, repricing them into other things. In order to do that, they'll have to liquidate that money, which a lot of times they have in risk on assets. So that'll be very, very bad and cause a liquidity problem for a lot of people. Like bad, like bad than 2008 if it gets really bad. So that could be a huge deal. But at the same time, it's excellent for XRP. If you're holding XRP and you have the liquidity solution to a liquidity crisis, that's where everything's going to go. Because rich people want to keep their money, so they're going to do what they have to do to keep it. And Jake Claver's been preaching about the reverse carry trade for as long as I've seen him, and that's been a long time. But I honestly thought it was hopium, to say the least, but as I see it unfolding with the timeline he said, it's quite scary. But moving on to next thing they rolled out yesterday, when no one was paying attention, are the new Ripple partnerships. They're still expanding. They just expanded to South Africa. Well, they expanded within South Africa. They've already been in Africa. But right here, they partnered with ASBA to start tokenizing products in South Africa. This deal enables ABSA, excuse me. The deal enables ABSA to offer secure, compliant storage of tokenized assets using Ripple's technology. So Ripple has partnerships now in Africa, Asia, Europe, and the United States for tokenization and custody and RLUSD. Okay, guys, adoption is happening. The only thing we're waiting on is the Clarity Act, and Brad said it himself yesterday if you watched my video. But I appreciate y'all. Thank you for joining me. Oh, I'm not done. We have one more thing. Extra tidbit of information for you. Right here, let me pull it up for you. XRP is raising, oh, not XRP, excuse me, Ripple is raising money to start a XRP Treasury amongst other cryptocurrencies. They will be using their own money as well as fundraising other monies to begin a treasury portion of their company, and they will be buying back $1 billion worth of XRP. Very similar to MicroStrategies, which is a very successful company. We're going to see a lot more of this too, guys. We're going to see a lot more of this treasury element being added on to other companies, which is going to pump our bags. It's going to cause more buying of crypto assets, which we want. But anyway, that is all. So lots of positive news amid a crash, and that's when you should be buying, or excuse me, not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. You need to consult your own financial advisor and do your own research before investing in any securities or cryptocurrencies. I'm buying right now. I can't tell you to, but I can tell you what I'm doing and what I believe in. And when I see this much positive news into an asset, regardless of what's happening in the market, that is a strong buying signal for me. You can call me crazy. That's fine. I've been preaching the same thing since I got on this microphone in front of you when I started this, and I'm going to continue preaching the same thing. I do not care about XRP price. I am here for the long term. I've been accumulating slowly, and when I see dips like this, I get greedy. I can't help it. It's doing well for me. I wish you all the best of luck, and I'll see you guys on next video. Later.